is happening, everybody? My name is Beth and welcome back to Every Day is Spooktober. Now today we have a bit of a different video, as you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail. We are taking a break from reviews at the moment, but don't get me wrong, with the new releases coming out, those reviews are coming, don't you worry. But for today, to get us in the Halloween theme and mood, which is soon approaching, I wanted to just talk about my fall, autumn, October playlist for movies to watch. Obviously these will all be horror based in some way or another, and they're just films that I will be watching in the lead up to Halloween or on Halloween to get me into that spirit and that mindset and to just have a good time with it. So I have a ton of DVDs sat right next to me and we're going to go through them all, and I'm going to give you my list of fall/autumn Halloween watches for this upcoming month. Some of these movies I've reviewed on my channel before. Some of these movies I don't think are great, but I think that they're worth watching in some way. I don't think they're amazing films. So I'm taking all reviews and ratings out of this for the minute, and I'm just putting straight just a list of what is themed spooky and Halloween and whatever. So just a disclaimer. So the very first one that we're talking about today is Hellfest. So if you guys have not seen this movie, this is a great watch for someone who likes living Halloween day in a movie. So this film is fully just set on Halloween, and it's basically about these people that go to I guess you could say it's equivalent to a Universal Studios Horror Nights or whatever. Basically go to this event and it's all spooky themed and there's mazes and there ends up being a killer on the loose. We've seen something like this before. Not to mention Haunt, that is another one on my list. I don't have the DVD, but that is another one on my list, and that's very similar to this one. This one just gets you in the mood for horror because it brings you into that world of amusement parks and events and mazes, and it's all spooky and fun. So this is a great one, I think, to just kind of set you in the mood. If you're going to a spooky maze or theme park or whatever this year, and you're going and it's all themed for Halloween, this would be a good one to watch before you go and get you right in the mood for it. The second film we were talking about is It Follows. Now, for those of you who have seen this movie, you might say, this isn't very Halloweeny, and you're very much right, this isn't very Halloweeny. However, it gives me vibes of very I've talked about this before, but the soundtrack of this movie is so solid. Check out my review on IMDb of this movie. Obviously I watched this when it first came out years ago, but I really like this film, and I think it's got such an atmospheric vibe to it that it creates this very unsettling, eerie, creepy environment that I think is a very good watch leading up to Spooktober. So I think watching this maybe in September, really get you in the mood. There's a lot of scenes set in the evening, at night, and some could argue it's a bit more of a summer watch, which I guess you could also agree with, but I think it's a very good tone setter for spooky vibes. Next one that we have is obviously Trick or Treat. I reviewed this on my channel a while ago, I think almost a year ago when I made this channel, and Trick or Treat, I believe in my review I was very sort of mixed emotions about it. I thought it was okay, I didn't think it was amazing, but obviously it's your anthology series, kind of like VHS, where there's loads of little short stories within one, which I think is nice because you get the variety. This is all based around Halloween events or day or night or whatever in some way, so this will definitely get you in the mood for Halloween, and I will definitely be watching it again. I haven't actually seen it since I watched it last year, so it will still be kind of a fresh watch for me, but it's definitely going to get me in that spooky mood. Now, bringing on to the classics. First off, yes, obviously this was going to be on my list. Halloween, of course, is the classic Halloween horror movie that you must watch. It's a must. You have to watch this movie for Spooktober. This is the movie, specifically the original, that I will watch on Halloween night because it just gets you, it just makes me so happy, and it's Halloween and it's fun, and trick-or-treating is going on, and it's just a good time. And obviously I've talked about the newer Halloweens on this channel, not the older ones because I watched them ages ago, but you know, it's a great movie, and obviously, like I said, the entire Halloween franchise I would watch this spooky season just to get me in the mood. Bearing in mind I don't have all the Halloweens on DVD, but the ones that I do have on DVD are the ones that I'm going to watch. The ones that I don't have are sort of like the middle pieces, so like you know, like Season of the Witch and stuff like that. Those are okay watches, but I don't think I'm going to be revisiting the entire franchise as I did that last year, and I'm like, I'm good, like I'm gonna stick to the good ones, and I'm enjoying myself. Continuing on from that, obviously we have Halloween 2. I recently just bought this. I know, shocker, I didn't have part 2 on DVD. Like I said, Halloween 2 continues on from the first one, absolutely brilliant. And then of course we have Halloween, which I think is such a good one as well. Like I was saying to you before, the original Halloween is what I watch on Halloween night, and then I normally follow it with this one because this one is such a good one. It's so modern, it's like Halloween trick-or-treating, spooky vibes in modern day, like it's great. So I love watching this series. And obviously we have Halloween Kills. As much as I'm not a fan of this one and it wasn't a good movie, I would still continue to watch it, like it's just one of those things. And then of course Halloween Ends, which if you have been catching up with my channel or watching my videos, I did review this and I really do like this movie. As I will reiterate, as I said in my review, Halloween Ends is a good movie, but it doesn't belong in the Halloween trilogy of the sort of reboot of this. It doesn't belong, but it's a good movie. I really like this one. So of course I will be finding multiple days to watch all of these. We are getting into our more childish side of spooky, and that is Hocus Pocus. Is an absolute classic. I did a video last year where it was funny, I had seen this as a child, but I hadn't revisited it. And then I went to an outdoor movie theatre and watched it there, and it was such a cool experience, and like it got me really excited for Halloween. Like it did exactly what it needed to do. Obviously this isn't scary anyway, this is a very light watch, and that's just how it is. No hate towards it, I think it's just a fun one to flick on, and it's still is set around Halloween, so it still gets you in the mood and the spirit. Next one that we have is another banger, and that is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now the biggest thing about this movie is people are like, is it a Christmas film, is it a Halloween film? I class this as a spooky film because the characters are spooky and they stay spooky, they just jump into another world, and they are like, I just class it as that. I don't think I would watch this at Christmas. I think this is a more September, October type of movie to watch. But once again, this is all the whole village is themed around spooky Halloween, creepy looking people. So yeah, this is obviously a really, really good watch leading up to Spooktober, and it's obviously a classic, as everybody knows, a good sing-along. And then last but not least, we have Monster House. This movie is probably one of my favourite kids movies. I'm not a big watcher of kids movies in general, but Monster House just, it's such a classic for me. From the acting to everything, I could watch it a billion times, as I already have. This is a film I watched when growing up and it scared the absolute daylights out of me. Very similar to the vibe of Coraline, where I was like, is this for kids? Are you sure? But no, this is a really good watch. Obviously the whole premise of this film is that it's kind of leading up to the countdown to Halloween, and the three kids are exploring the haunted house across the street from them. So definitely a good watch, and like, you know, 100% watching this a couple of days for Halloween because it gets me in the spooky fall autumny mood. So that is the stack that I have for today. Don't get me wrong, I know there's about a million others that I've missed out that have a similar vibe, that are like Halloween based, but these are the ones I have on DVD, and I'm 100% going to go and revisit. Little heads up too, like I said, there was Haunt, which I reviewed on my channel not too long ago. I can't get it on DVD, but that is definitely a watch that I would go back to for Halloween. Like I said, it's the same vibe as Hellfest. And then the other one that I haven't seen that I know is a good October Halloween film is The House October Built. I've heard that's very creepy, so I will 100% be giving that a watch this spooky season and reviewing it on this channel, so stay tuned for that one. I hope you guys enjoyed this like slightly different video. I would love to hear about what you guys thought. Is there anything that you don't class on my list as your kind of go-to horror film for Halloween? Is there anything you would add to it? Is there anything that I've missed that you know I need to add to my list? Let me know. I guess with how big this stack is, I might need to start watching this now in order to get it all done for Halloween, and you are so right. Like I said, stay tuned for the next reviews coming up. We have The Nun 2 coming up. Once again, comment down below your thoughts of my stack for this spooky season and let me know what yours is going to be. I'm intrigued and I would love to know more ready for next year as well. And I hope I can keep finding more and more over the years. But yeah, thank you guys again, and I will see you on my next review.